Sam worked at a car repair shop called Roadstar Auto. It sat near a busy road where buses roared past all day and the smell of oil never fully left the air. The shop was not fancy. The floor had dark stains, the walls held old posters about tire safety, and the waiting area had 3 plastic chairs that always felt too hard. But people still came. Roadstar was fast, loud, and always open. The manager, Tom, liked it that way. He believed the shop should feel like a machine that never stopped moving. Sam was one of the mechanics who kept that machine running. He was not the kind of man who talked a lot or tried to impress anyone. He came in on time, tied his apron, and got to work. He noticed things other people missed. He heard strange engine noises before they became big problems. He could tell when a customer was scared even when they tried to sound confident. He was good at his job, but what made customers remember him was how he treated them. He did not rush them. He did not talk down to them. He explained problems in simple words, and he never laughed at someone for not knowing car parts. That morning, the shop felt extra tense. Tom had been walking around with a clipboard, checking hours and staring at the price list like it was the most important thing in the world. He kept reminding everyone that the shop needed to hit a weekly target. "Every job counts," Tom said loudly. "No free time, no free work." Sam nodded like he always did, but inside he felt tired. It was not the work that bothered him. It was the way Tom looked at people like they were only numbers. Around noon, the sun became bright and sharp. Heat rose from the road outside, and the shop fans only pushed warm air around. Sam was tightening bolts under the hood of a small white car when he noticed someone standing near the entrance. It was an old woman. She stood still for a moment, holding her purse close to her chest. Her hair was gray and neatly pinned back. Her clothes were simple and clean, but her shoes looked worn. She did not walk in with confidence like most customers. She looked like someone who had already been told no by too many places. Tom was inside his office. Another mechanic, Lee, glanced toward the entrance but quickly looked away. The front desk worker, Nina, was busy with a phone call. Sam wiped his hands on a rag and walked over. "Hello," he said kindly. "Can I help you?" The woman looked relieved that someone spoke to her. "Yes, dear," she said. "I hope I'm not bothering anyone. My car stopped a little down the road. It won't start. I don't know what happened." Sam asked her name. "Mary," she said. Her voice was gentle but shaky, like she was trying hard not to sound worried. Sam followed her outside. A small, older car sat near the curb. Mary pointed to it like it was a problem she did not understand and did not want to face alone. Sam opened the hood and looked inside. The battery terminals had corrosion, and one cable felt loose. It was not a big problem. It was the kind of thing that could scare someone but could be fixed quickly. Mary watched him closely. "Is it something expensive?" she asked. Sam could hear the fear in her voice. He had heard it before. It was the fear of not having enough money. The fear of being stuck. The fear of being treated badly for asking for help. Sam gave her a calm smile. "Let me check first," he said. "We'll see." He cleaned the terminal gently, tightened the connection, and checked a few things. It took only a short time. Then he asked Mary to try starting the car. The engine turned over, coughed once, then started smoothly. Mary's face lit up like someone had turned on a light in her chest. "Oh, thank goodness," she said. Her hands moved toward her face, and her eyes watered. Sam closed the hood and stepped back. "You should be okay now," he said. "But later, it would be good to replace that cable and clean the terminal properly." Mary nodded quickly. Yes, I will. Thank you." She opened her purse and pulled out a few notes and some coins. "Please," she said, holding them out. "I don't have much, but I can't take help for nothing." Sam gently shook his head. "It's okay," he said. "It was a small thing. Just drive safe and make sure you get home." Mary's eyes widened. "Are you sure? People don't do that anymore. Sam looked at her and spoke softly. Some people still do. Mary's shoulders dropped, like she had been holding up a heavy weight and finally set it down. She took his hands for a moment, her grip light but full of emotion. "May you always have peace," she said. Sam felt a strange warmth in his chest. He did not do it for praise. He did it because it was right. He knew that a small kindness could be a big rescue on a hard day. But as Mary got into her car, Sam noticed Tom standing at the shop door. Tom's face was tight. His eyes were sharp like knives. Sam's heart sank. Tom walked toward them, his shoes tapping the concrete with angry speed. "What is this?" Tom demanded. He pointed at Mary's car. "Who told you to work on a car outside the service line?" Sam stayed calm. "She was stuck right there," he said. "It was a loose cable. I fixed it. It took a minute." Tom stared at Mary. "Ma'am, did you pay for this service?" Mary looked confused. "I tried," she said. "He refused. He helped me." Tom turned back to Sam. "You refused payment," he said louder now, like he wanted everyone inside to hear. Sam kept his voice steady. "It was a small fix," he said. "She needed to get home." Tom's mouth twisted in a hard smile that did not look friendly at all. "This is a business, Sam," he said. "Not a charity." Mary stepped forward. "Sir, please," she said. "He didn't do anything wrong. He was kind." Tom did not even look at her properly. "Ma'am, with respect, this is between staff," he said, sounding cold. Mary's face tightened. She looked like she wanted to say something more, but she held back. She glanced at Sam again. Sam wanted to tell Tom to relax, to understand, to remember that people mattered. But Sam knew Tom did not listen when money was involved. Tom pointed toward the office. "Sam, inside," he ordered. Sam followed him in. The noise of the shop continued, but it felt quieter somehow, like everyone was listening without turning their heads. Inside the office, Tom shut the door. "You think you're a hero?" Tom asked. "You think this place runs on good feelings?" Sam took a slow breath. "I'm not trying to be a hero," he said. She was an old woman alone. Her car wouldn't start. It was a simple fix. Tom slammed the clipboard on the desk. "Simple or not, it's still work," he snapped. "You did it without approval, without paperwork, without payment. That makes us look weak." Sam's eyebrows rose slightly. "Weak?" he repeated. Tom leaned forward. "If customers think they can walk in and get free help, they will expect more and more," he said. "Then what? We lose money. Staff waste time. This shop fails. That's what." Sam looked at Tom carefully. He realized Tom was not angry because of rules. Tom was angry because he felt control slipping away. Tom wanted every action to go through him. Sam spoke calmly. "She was scared," he said. "I couldn't stand there and watch her struggle when the solution was right in front of me." Tom shook his head like Sam was a child. "Your heart is going to ruin you," he said. "This isn't how business works." Sam did not raise his voice. If business means ignoring people, then maybe business needs to change. Tom's eyes widened, shocked that Sam pushed back at all. Then his face turned darker. "You want to talk back?" Tom said. "Fine. Here's how this works. You broke policy. You ignored your manager. You gave free service. You're done." Sam blinked once. "You're firing me?" he asked. Tom crossed his arms. "Yes," he said. "Right now. Hand over your apron. Clear your locker." For a moment, Sam felt the air leave his lungs. He did not expect Tom to go that far. Sam had worked there for years. He had fixed cars late into the night. He had brought in repeat customers. He had trained new staff. He had covered shifts when others were sick. And now, because he helped an old woman for free, Tom threw him out like he was nothing. Sam looked at Tom, searching for some sign of regret. There was none. Sam nodded slowly. "Okay," he said quietly. Tom looked almost satisfied. "Good," he said. "Maybe this will teach you." Sam stepped out of the office. The shop noise hit him again, loud and normal, like the world did not care what just happened. Nina at the front desk noticed his face and froze. Lee looked up from a tire and frowned. Sam walked to his locker without making a scene. He took off his apron, folded it neatly, and placed it on top of his toolbox. He picked up his bag. The other mechanics watched him, their eyes filled with questions they were too scared to ask. Sam walked toward the exit. As he passed the entrance, he saw Mary's car still parked outside for a moment. Mary sat in the driver's seat but had not left yet. When she saw Sam walking out with his bag, her eyes widened. She quickly stepped out of the car. "What happened?" she asked, already knowing the answer. Sam tried to keep his voice calm. "It's okay," he said. "The manager didn't like that I helped without charging." Mary's face changed. It became firm, like soft clay turning into stone. "He fired you because of me?" she asked. Sam shook his head. "Not because of you," he said. "Because of his choice." Mary's hands trembled, but not from weakness now. It was from anger held tightly inside. "I did not come here to cause trouble," she said. Sam gave her a gentle smile. "You didn't," he said. "Please don't worry." Mary looked at the shop building, then back at Sam. Her eyes were sharp now. She seemed like a different person than the woman who walked in scared and quiet. "Sam," she said slowly, "what is the manager's name?" "Tom," Sam answered. Mary nodded once, like she was saving the name carefully. "And the owner of this shop," she said. "Do you know who that is?" Sam shrugged. "No," he said honestly. "The owners don't come here. It's a chain, I think." Mary's lips pressed together. "I see," she said softly. She looked at Sam with a calm seriousness. "You did the right thing," she said. "Some people get punished for doing what is right, but that doesn't make it wrong." Sam felt a small lump in his throat. He simply nodded. Mary opened her purse again and pulled out a small card. She handed it to Sam. It was plain, with only a phone number on it. "Call this number tonight," she said. "Please." Sam looked at the card, confused. "Why?" he asked. Mary gave him a quiet smile. "Because I don't like unfairness," she said. "And because today, you reminded me what real service looks like." Sam was not sure what to say. He held the card carefully. Mary got into her car again, but before she drove off, she rolled down the window. "You may feel like you lost today," she said. "But sometimes, a door closing is just a way of pushing you toward a better one." Then she drove away, leaving Sam standing in the heat with his bag and a strange card in his hand. Sam walked to the bus stop slowly. He felt angry, embarrassed, and tired all at once. He wondered how he would pay his bills. He wondered how he would explain this to his family. But in the middle of all that worry, he remembered Mary's eyes when the car started. He remembered her thank you. And he knew, even if it cost him his job, he would still help her again. Because some choices are not made for reward. They are made because they are right. That night, Sam sat alone in his small room. The light above his table flickered softly, and the sound of traffic outside came and went like slow waves. His bag rested near the door, still packed from the morning. He had not unpacked it. Somehow, it felt like the day was not finished yet. He took out the card Mary had given him. It was simple, clean, and heavy in his hand. Just one phone number. No name. No title. Sam stared at it for a long time. He thought about his bills, his rent, and the call he would have to make to his family. Losing a job was never easy, especially when it came suddenly. He replayed Tom's words again and again in his head. "This is a business, not a charity." Sam let out a slow breath. Finally, He picked up his phone and dialed the number. It rang twice. Then someone answered. "Hello," a calm male voice said. Sam hesitated. "Hello. My name is Sam. An old woman named Mary asked me to call this number." There was a pause. Not an awkward one. A careful one. "She asked you to call?" the man asked. "Yes," Sam replied. "I helped her with her car today at Road Star Auto. I was fired because of it." The silence on the other end grew heavier. "I see," the man said slowly. "Thank you for calling, Sam. Can you tell me exactly what happened?" Sam told the story honestly. He did not add drama. He did not complain. He explained how Mary's car had a small problem, how he fixed it, and how Tom fired him for refusing payment. When Sam finished, the man spoke again. His voice was calm, but something firm lived beneath it. "Sam," he said, "you did the right thing. Please rest tonight. Someone will contact you tomorrow." The call ended. Sam sat back, unsure how to feel. He did not know who the man was. He did not know what would happen next. But for the first time since being fired, his chest felt slightly lighter. Across town, in a large, quiet house, Mary sat at her dining table. A cup of tea rested near her hand. She did not drink it. Her thoughts were far away. Her son, David, stood near the window, phone still in his hand. "He called," David said. Mary nodded once. "Good," she replied. David turned toward her. "Mom, are you sure this is how you wanted to test them?" Mary looked at him with tired eyes that had seen many years of success and many years of mistakes. "I was not testing the shop," she said softly. "I was reminding myself what kind of people deserve trust." David owned Road Star Auto and several other businesses. He had built them from the ground up. He believed in systems, rules, and order. But he also trusted his mother more than any report or meeting. Mary had always believed that a business showed its soul in how it treated the weakest person who walked through its door. That morning, when her car failed, she had felt small and helpless. But Sam changed that. He did not ask who she was. He did not check her purse. He saw her as a person. Tom, on the other hand, saw only a loss of money. David's jaw tightened. "I will go to the shop tomorrow," he said. Mary placed her hand over his. "Do not go as an owner first," she said. "Go as a listener." The next morning, Road Star Auto opened as usual. Engines roared, tools clanged, and customers waited. But something felt different. Whispers moved faster than the fans on the ceiling. Everyone knew Sam had been fired. And many did not agree with it. Tom stood at the front desk, arms crossed, trying to look confident. Inside, he felt uneasy. Something about the way Mary had looked at him before leaving stayed in his mind. She had not begged. She had not argued. She had simply observed. Around 10 in the morning, a black car pulled into the lot. Tom straightened his shirt. David stepped inside the shop without announcing himself. He wore simple clothes. No suit. No signs of power. Just a calm presence. "Good morning," he said to Nina at the desk. "Is the manager available?" Tom stepped forward quickly. "That's me," he said. "How can I help you?" David looked around the shop before speaking. "I'd like to talk to you," he said. "And I'd like the staff to listen." Tom hesitated but nodded. "Sure," he said. "Everyone, gather up." The mechanics stopped their work. Customers grew curious. Tools were set down. The air felt tight. David introduced himself clearly. "My name is David," he said. "I own Road Star Auto." A wave of shock moved through the room. Tom's smile froze. David continued calmly. "Yesterday, my mother visited this shop because her car broke down nearby." Tom's face drained of color. "She was helped by a mechanic named Sam," David said. "Where is he?" Tom swallowed. He no longer works here, he said. He broke policy. David nodded slowly. Explain. Tom cleared his throat. He gave free service. No paperwork. No payment. That hurts the business. David listened without interrupting. When Tom finished, David turned toward the staff. Did anyone else see what happened? He asked. For a moment, no one spoke. Then Nina raised her hand slightly. Sam helped her, she said. He was respectful. It was a small fix. Lee nodded. Yeah, he added. It took barely any time. David looked back at Tom. Did my mother look like someone trying to take advantage of the shop? He asked. Tom shifted his feet. I didn't know who she was, he said quickly. That is the point, David replied. His voice was still calm, but it carried weight now. You should not need to know who someone is to treat them well. Tom tried to defend himself. Rules keep order, he said. If we let staff do whatever they want, we lose control. David stepped closer. Rules exist to guide people, he said. Not to remove compassion. The shop was silent. David took a breath. My mother told me something important, he said. She said Sam helped her without knowing her name, her status, or her connection to this company. That tells me everything I need to know about his character. Tom opened his mouth, but David raised a hand. You fired a good man for doing the right thing, David said. That decision shows poor judgment. Tom's voice shook. Are you saying I was wrong? David looked at him steadily. Yes, he said. And I am also saying that leadership requires more than protecting profit. David turned back to the staff. Sam will be invited back, he said. With a better position. A soft wave of relief moved through the room. Tom stared at the floor. David then addressed Tom directly. You will no longer manage this shop, he said. You will be moved to a non-leadership role while we review your future here. Tom's shoulders slumped. The power he held the day before vanished quietly. Later that day, Sam received another call. Sam, David said. This is David. I would like you to come to the shop tomorrow morning. Sam hesitated. Am I in trouble? He asked honestly. David smiled on the other end. No, he said. You are being recognized. Sam arrived the next day, unsure of what to expect. When he walked inside, the staff greeted him with smiles and nods. It felt strange. David met him near the office. Thank you for coming, David said. I owe you an apology for what happened under my business. Sam shook his head. You don't need to apologize, he said. I chose to help. David respected that answer. They talked privately. David offered Sam his job back with better pay and a training role. He wanted Sam to help shape how new workers treated customers. Sam listened carefully. I don't want special treatment, Sam said. I just want to work in a place that respects people. David nodded. That is exactly why I want you here. Sam accepted. Before leaving, Mary walked in. Sam recognized her immediately. She smiled warmly. I told you to call, she said. Sam smiled back. I did, he replied. Mary looked around the shop. Good places are built by good people, she said. And good people should never be pushed out for doing what is right. Sam felt something settle inside him. The anger he had carried began to fade. He realized that the day he was fired was not the end. It was the moment everything began to change. The next Monday morning, Road Star Auto looked the same from the outside. The sign still hung above the wide doors. The parking lot still had oil marks and tire tracks. Cars still lined up early, and the same noises filled the air. Wrenches clinked. Engines started and stopped. The shop fans turned slowly like they always did. But inside, something had changed. It was not a big change you could touch or measure. It was a quiet change that lived in how people spoke, how they looked at customers, and how they treated one another. Sam arrived early. He wore his work clothes, tied his apron, and walked through the shop with a calm face. A few workers greeted him with quick smiles. Nina waved from the desk. Lee gave him a nod that felt like respect, not just friendship. Sam still felt strange about everything. Only a few days earlier he had walked out carrying his bag, unsure of how he would survive. Now he was back, with a new role and a new chance. He did not want to waste it. David arrived soon after. He did not walk in like a rich owner trying to show power. He walked in quietly, like someone who wanted to learn and build something better. He shook hands with the staff and thanked them for their work. Then he asked Sam to join a short meeting. The workers gathered in the small waiting area. Some customers watched from their chairs, curious. David did not mind. He believed transparency built trust. David stood in front of the group, calm and clear. "I want everyone to hear this," he said. "This company exists to serve people. We fix cars, but we also help families, workers, and elders get where they need to go. That is not just a service. It is responsibility." He looked at Sam. Sam showed what real service looks like, David continued. "From today, kindness is not against policy. It is part of policy." Some workers exchanged surprised looks. Others smiled. David raised one hand slightly. "That does not mean we give away everything. We must still run a strong business. But it means we treat every person with respect, even if they have little money, even if they do not know car words, even if they look nervous walking in." He paused. "I also want our staff to feel respected," he added. "A good shop cannot be built on fear." Sam listened closely. He did not feel proud in a loud way. He felt careful. He knew words were easy. Actions were harder. But David sounded serious. After the meeting ended, David and Sam walked toward the service area. "I want you to train new hires," David said. "Not only in tools but in communication. Teach them how to explain repairs simply. Teach them how to listen." Sam nodded. "I can do that," he said. David looked at him. "And if you see a problem in the shop culture," he said, "tell me. I won't punish honesty." That was another change. Sam could feel it. By midday, Sam's training role began naturally. A young mechanic named Amir joined the shop recently and was still learning. Amir was quick with his hands but nervous around customers. He would avoid eye contact and speak too fast. Sam called him over. "Let's work together," Sam said. They stood near a car with a loud rattling sound. The customer, a tired-looking man named Paul, waited nearby. Paul had grease on his hands too. He looked like someone who worked long hours and did not have time for trouble. Sam explained the issue to Amir first. Then he spoke to Paul in simple words. "The sound is coming from a loose heat shield," Sam said. "It's not a big repair. We can tighten it, and the noise should stop." Paul's shoulders relaxed. "So it's not the engine?" he asked. Sam shook his head. "No," he said. "Your engine sounds fine." Paul smiled with relief and thanked him. After Paul left, Sam turned to Amir. "Did you see his face when he understood?" Sam asked. Amir nodded. "That is part of the job," Sam said. "People fear what they don't understand. When you explain clearly, you remove fear." Amir listened carefully, like Sam's words mattered. Over the next few weeks, the shop slowly became a different place. Nina at the desk started greeting customers with more patience, even when they asked the same questions again and again. Lee stopped making jokes about old cars and started showing customers what parts needed replacement. Amir grew more confident and stopped hiding behind tools. Even the customers noticed. People began to leave positive reviews. They told friends that Roadstar did not treat them like they were stupid. They said the shop felt honest. The business improved in a real way. More cars came in. More repeat customers returned. Profit went up, but it did not feel like pressure anymore. It felt like reward for doing things right. One afternoon, Mary returned. This time she did not come with a broken car. She came carrying a simple bag of snacks and bottles of water. She walked into the shop with quiet confidence, and staff recognized her immediately. Sam came forward. Mary smiled. "You look steady," she said. Sam chuckled softly. "I feel steadier," he replied. Mary looked around. "It feels different," she said, her eyes scanning the room. "The air is lighter." David walked over and hugged his mother gently. "We're trying," he said. Mary put the snacks on a table. "Trying is good," she said. "But staying consistent is better." David nodded. "That's why I want you to meet someone," he said. He turned and called out, "Tom, come here." The room grew quiet. Tom stepped out from the back area. He now wore the same uniform as the others. No clipboard. No office. His shoulders were slightly hunched, and his eyes looked tired. Some workers stared. Others looked away. Tom walked toward David and Mary slowly. Mary looked at him with a calm expression. "You remember me," she said. Tom swallowed. "Yes," he replied. Mary nodded. "Do you understand now why what you did was wrong?" she asked. Tom took a breath. He did not try to defend himself this time. "Yes," he said. "I was focused on money and control. I forgot people come here because they need help. I treated your son's company like it was mine to rule." David watched him quietly. Tom looked at Sam. "I also treated you unfairly," he said. "I was wrong to fire you." Sam did not respond quickly. He was not holding anger like a weapon, but he also was not pretending the pain never happened. Finally, Sam said, "I hope you learned something," and his voice was calm. Tom nodded. "I did," he said. "And I'm trying to change." Mary studied Tom for a moment, like she was listening with her eyes. Then she spoke. "Change is not words," she said. "It is daily behavior. If you want respect again, earn it quietly." Tom nodded again, and then he stepped back, returning to work without making it dramatic. Some workers looked surprised. Others felt unsure. But Sam understood something important. A better workplace was not built by revenge. It was built by accountability and growth. A month later, David invited Sam to a company meeting with managers from other shops. Sam did not like attention, but David believed his voice mattered. In a large meeting room, David stood at the front. "I want to share a story," he said to the group. "A mechanic was fired for helping an old woman. That old woman was my mother." The room grew silent. David told them the full story. "Not as gossip, but as a lesson. I realized I cannot build a strong business if my managers lead with fear," David said. "A shop that forgets kindness will lose trust. And without trust, nothing lasts." Then David invited Sam to speak. Sam stood up slowly. He looked at the faces in the room. Some were curious. Some were skeptical. Some looked uncomfortable. Sam spoke simply. "People don't only bring cars here," he said. "They bring stress. They bring worry. They bring fear of getting cheated. When we fix a car, we also fix a small part of their day. How we treat them matters." He paused. "I don't think kindness makes business weak," he continued. "I think it makes it strong." A few heads nodded. David then announced a new program. Every RoadStar location would have a small support rule. If a person was stranded, elderly, or clearly in trouble, the shop could do a basic safety fix without charging, as long as it was recorded properly. It was not a free-for-all. It was structured compassion. The managers were told to train staff, not punish them for helping. The program created pride across the company. Workers felt like they were part of something meaningful. Customers felt safer. Weeks passed into months. Sam became a lead trainer. New mechanics learned that respect was part of their tools. They learned that being professional did not mean being cold. It meant being clear, honest, and responsible. One evening, as the shop closed, Sam stayed behind to clean his tools. The sun outside was orange and soft. Nina locked the door while Lee swept the floor. Mary sat in the waiting area for a moment, resting. Sam walked over. "You really changed this place," he said. Mary smiled. "No," she replied. "You did. I only opened the curtain so others could see." Sam shook his head slightly, but he understood what she meant. Mary looked at him. "When you helped me that day," she said, "you did not know who I was. You did not expect anything. That is the purest kind of goodness." Sam felt his throat tighten a little. He looked away, embarrassed by the praise. Mary continued. "In life, people will try to punish you for doing what is right," she said. "But the world has a strange way of revealing truth. And when truth is revealed, the right people rise." Sam nodded. Outside, the shop lights flickered on as the sky darkened. Sam packed his bag and walked to his car. He did not feel like someone who had won a battle. He felt like someone who had survived a storm and found solid ground again. He thought of the day he was fired. The heat, the anger, the fear. He remembered standing at the bus stop with that small card in his hand. Now, he realized the card was not just a number. It was a door. And because Sam chose kindness when it was hardest, his life did not end at that shop door. It began again, stronger than before.